Oh, what's up there, buddies? What's up, you little butt nuts? Come on in. I'm glad you can make it here into my house in the shower with me and about 5 other dudes for a secret talk. It's the only place in the house that isn't bugged, man. There are cameras everywhere, believe me. Anyways, I want to talk about some cheap Secret Lair singles. A lot of the time, man, these Secret Lair cards are pricier than their non-Secret Lair counterparts. And are for the real whales out there, those Secret Lairs. Let the whales cavort in their folly as they buy up all the Secret Lairs. Me, old Nicky G, I'm going to wait until prices have settled and see where the deals are, man. Sometimes for whatever reason, the premium Secret Lair versions are a little cheaper, and that's when I convene a meeting in my shower for the bros, so welcome. Let's go one by one here for a dirty dozen Secret Lair hidden deals. Now, some of these are pricey just by their very nature, but they are indeed some of the cheapest versions. For the penny pinchers out there, let's start this off with the Mindcrank, 2 generic mana artifact. Whenever an opponent loses life, that player mills that many cards. Damage causes loss of life. Don't you know it? Man, there's Eddie from Iron Maiden, probably the most badass of all the heavy metal and hair metal mascots ever. He's just a ghoul with no skin. I love the art on this thing for your mill decks. Super efficient. And this badass version is about $12. Where the other versions, about $12 to $15. There you go. There's a banger to spice up your deck. I just think it's cool looking. Anyways, this disgusting version where you have to look at beautiful swimsuit people is about $5. Regular version is about $9 for the Descent into Avernus. 2 and a red for an enchantment. This is the Panic on Amity Island. At the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 Descent counters on this enchantment. Then each player creates X treasure tokens, and this enchantment deals X damage to each player, where X is the number of Descent counters on this enchantment. This card is just fantastic for your slug decks where you just want to accelerate the game, and old Nicky G is a fan of accelerationism. Let's just bring the whole system collapsing down onto our heads, man. That's accelerationism, brother. Everybody loves Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Everybody whose mom probably took too much Tylenol when they were pregnant. You know what I'm saying? It's Hammer of Nazahn, 4 generic mana for a Pico Hammer, legendary artifact equipment. Whenever Pico Hammer or another equipment you control enters, you may attach that equipment to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has indestructible. Oh my god, has equipped for 4. This is an obvious banger at $8 for this version, where the in-universe versions are nearly double that. Fantastic card for your equipment decks, trust me. And here we go back to the Iron Maiden one for the Iron Maiden. This is 3 generic mana artifact. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, this artifact deals X damage to that player, where X is the number of cards in their hand minus 4. This one is about $5.50, where the old school version is coming in at $9, all the way back from Urza's Legacy. This is a beautiful card, brother. Man, I never got into Iron Maiden quite as much as some of the other bands that were around back then, like Creator, Napalm Death, stuff like that. I like my stuff a little harder, you know what I'm saying? Man, this card is so goofy. Take a look at this. No wonder it's cheaper than the regular version, and that's Heliod the Sun Crowned. But it's Dwight Schrute, and he's the Hay King. 2 and a white for a legendary enchantment, God. It's a 5/5, has indestructible. As long as your devotion to white is less than 5, Dwight is not a creature. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or enchantment you control. Has 1 and a white, another target creature gains a lifelink until end of turn. You get about a $4 discount on this. This one is about $11. Frankly, if somebody played this, I would scoff at it. But, then I would chuckle, and then I would probably just puke my guts out. Man, we are going back to the Sega Genesis for Hanukkah the Hedgehog here, but now it's some kind of mutated squirrel. Disgusting. Fabricate for 2 and a blue for a sorcery. Search your library for an artifact card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. This is a staple in your artifact combo decks, and this version, this god-awful version, it's about $4. But guess what, dude? It's a real Magic card, so put it in my deck. And god damn, this card is beautiful. And less than its Magic counterpart, which itself is the universe's beyond, and that's Captain Engathro, but now he's Eddie Ghost of the Navigator. 3 blue and a black for a legendary creature. Horror Pirate, it's a 3/6. Horrors you control have Menace. Whenever a horror you control deals combat damage to a player, that player mills that many cards. And at the beginning of your end step, choose target artifact or creature card in an opponent's graveyard that was put there from their library this turn. Put it onto the battlefield under your control. This guy is the ghost of the Navigator. What can I say about this guy, man? Tremendous commander and about $2 less than its regular version. I do have a Captain Enguthro deck, and it's a little more powerful than it looks thanks to all the damn recursion that you're getting and all those evasive horrors. Man, this card is creepy. It looks like a Neo Geo game cover art from back in the 90s. And that's the Consecrated Sphinx. 4 blue, creature Sphinx. It's a 4/6 with flying. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may draw 2 cards. My beautiful Sphinxy boy. We all love this card, man, and we all know why it's a banger. I actually like this art quite a bit. It's 25 bucks, which is hella expensive, but $5 cheaper than the next cheapest version. Man, what is this ugly Pocahontas piece of garbage? This is under 20 bucks, which I've never seen before. I had a guy refuse to sell me his Sylvan Libraries for less than $50. I was like, no way, dude, I'll give you 35 bucks. That was back in the day. Now this thing's a little cheaper. 1 in a green for an enchantment. La Abundancia de Yucahu. What the hell, dude? Why are you making me pronounce this garbage? At the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand drawn this turn. For each of those cards, pay 4 life or put the card on top of your library. It's cute, I guess, man. It's super impactful in certain decks. You guys like claymation? I sure as hell don't. But this is kind of cute. The Polyraptor is 8 mana, 6 green for a creature dinosaur. It's a 5/5, has enrage. Whenever it's dealt damage, create a token that's a copy of this creature. What the hell? Imagination is a powerful source of magic, as dinosaurs are a powerful source of biting. This version is under 10 bucks, and the others aren't any less than $15. This is a neat card. I like the depth on this card, you know, the depth of field on this thing. It's very pretty. In the fighting game craze in the wake of Street Fighter II and Mortal Kombat back in, it had to be back in the late 80s at this point, there was a game called Clay Fighter. I just was reminiscing about that. Holy cow, this card is pricey, and this beautiful version is about $24 or so. The others are $35 and above, and that's Bruvac the Grandiloquent. 2 in a blue for Eddie the Judge. Legendary creature, human advisor. It's a 1/4. Basically, you're milling twice that many cards if your opponents have to mill cards. Oh my god. I love this card, man. I love the look of this card too. I would have wailed out all over this secret lair, I gotta be honest with you. But I don't even know when it went on sale, man. I must have been on vacation. Alright, one more cheap claymation monster here. I remember when this was $20. The Wurmcoil Engine. 6 generic mana for an artifact creature, Phyrexian Worm. It's a 6/6 with Death Touch and Lifelink. When it dies, you create a little 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Worm. One of them has Death Touch, and then another one that has Lifelink. Dude, what a banger. I've recurred this thing, I've made token copies, I've sacrificed it, and just did so many shenanigans with this card over the years. And this version is so ugly, but listen, man, it's a couple bucks cheaper, and that's the whole point of this here video. The worm, you gotta respect the worm, dude. And with that, I'll leave you guys to your life, brother. I gotta get out of this bathtub. It's getting crowded in here and it stinks, all right? But don't let anyone know about all these secret lair cards. That's just between us, just between the two of us. You know, maybe more people watch this video, maybe 5, 6 or whatever. Anyways, man, there's gonna be a run on TCG Player if you let this cat out of the bag, so keep it tight, keep it tucked in, tuck in your turtle. Nikki G, Better Commander, signing off.